study is very, very, very alarming. So what we did was we looked in the vaccine adverse events reporting system back from the 90s all the way up until 2024, and we compared how much more likely adverse events were occurring with the COVID shots compared to the flu shots or all the other vaccines since the 90s. When it occurs 2 times more often, that's defined by the CDC and FDA as a serious safety signal. We identified 63 of these serious safety signals, and they include all sorts of very bad adverse events for the brain and spinal cord, such as meningitis, so inflammation of the brain's protective barrier, such as encephalitis, inflammation of the brain itself, spinal cord inflammation, myelitis, Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, the human equivalent of mad cow disease. This was 800 times more likely with the COVID shots compared to all of these others. And so it's inducing this protein misfolding in the brain, this prion-like disease. These infectious proteins are propagating in the central nervous system. So this is very, very serious. We identified brain, central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord abscesses, these pus-filled lesions filled with infection. So what appears to be happening, and also demyelination syndromes. These are when the protective sheath on your neurons becomes destroyed. So it literally wipes those out. And then herpes reactivations in the central nervous system as well. So why this is happening, we identified, is because the blood-brain barrier is literally becoming destroyed. It's allowing these pathogens, the vaccine mRNA, lipid nanoparticles, the spike proteins, the frame-shifted proteins, and the misfolded prion-like proteins, these amyloidogenic proteins, to enter the brain from the blood. So this is very, very serious. And we have to remember 80% of Americans took at least 1 dose of these injections. So this is not something to play around about. And this explains why a recent study came out about a month ago, that cognitive impairment is skyrocketing in America right now. It's not going down. It's just skyrocketing. A study by Dr. James Thorpe and colleagues corroborated this data, found 86 serious neuropsychiatric adverse events with these shots, including homicidal behaviors, psychosis, schizophrenia, suicidal ideations, violent behavior, all sorts of horrible things, depression, the brain clots, 3,000 times more likely. And you could just keep going on and on and on, delusions. So these 2 studies now indicate that the blood-brain barrier is becoming destroyed, the neurons are becoming destroyed, so you will literally have less brain cells. And unfortunately, we see these manifestations of these psychiatric conditions.